found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitch, it's burning out. Lightning in a bottle. I think I just found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitch, it's burning out.
Yo, 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 how you living, how you feeling, how you doing? This is First Choice Fantasy, and we are back with a different topic today. Alex, you want to get into it?
Yeah, we're just going to talk about playoff games, and then we're going to talk about some interesting fantasy stuff for each team going forward next season. You know, nothing too serious here. Just a little conversation topic.
Yeah, there's not many topics to really discuss at this point because, it's still football season, but it's not football season, if that makes sense. So, got to make
So we're going to talk about some playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm just going to start in the AFC. I'm going to start with the happiest I've been these playoffs. Browns Steelers. Thoughts? We don't need thoughts. It was fantastic.
I thought it was great. I love the fact the
That's
Browns crushed them.
That's the consensus.
It was a good feeling. I enjoyed that game.
Yeah, especially after all the talk all regular season. We're Eagles fans, Pittsburgh fans just got their asses smacked first round. They got in the playoffs for no real reason.
I don't want to hear it.
Steelers fan, yeah. But,
I liked what I saw out of Baker Mayfield, though. He looked pretty impressive in that game against the Steelers.
Facts. Yeah, I agree.
That was a great game to watch.
Yeah.
Nice 28-0 piece in the first quarter. I could go to bed. Everything was fun.
What did you guys think of the Steelers side? How worried are you about Big Ben's future, if he's retiring, or?
I hope they suck forever.
And then JuJu leaving and Deontay Johnson's dropping issues. It's just a lot of things that are pointing towards a downhill season next year.
Out of all of their issues, I don't think Deontay Johnson's hands are high on the.
But yeah, that's why I listed that one off last.
All right, now interesting Steelers fantasy player for next year. Who the hell's the starting running back? Go.
And the quarterback. I would like to see Najee Harris go there. That would be beautiful. I would love that. But if
or they trade for Matthew Stafford.
Do they have the cap for that?
I don't know.
I don't know if they do. But what was going to say? Running back, they said they're going to bring back James Conner, so possibly they don't take a highly touted running back. But if they do, I would love to see Najee Harris go there. That's my ideal thing. That's the only thing I can really think of at the moment, honestly. Maybe bring in a back like Marlon Mack or some average player.
A lot of draft picks there, but that could be interesting. All right, moving on. Ravens, Tennessee. Ravens got their revenge game. A lot of drama going on there, evidently. I didn't even realize that until after the game ended and they were dancing on the logo. So that had to have came from somewhere. And apparently it did. But, yeah, good game. That's about all I really had to say about it. I didn't really have a dog in the fight, but it was a good game.
I agree. I didn't really have any thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Brandon?
Well, I don't really have any thoughts on it either. The only thing that is interesting to me is watching A.J. Brown because he's so good.
And didn't he have surgery right after the game, too?
Yeah. On that whole fiasco.
All right. So, on the topic of fantasy relevance, I feel like maybe not a whole ton there, given that they're just running back the Tannehill, Henry, Chark, and the Brown trio, at least from a fantasy perspective. But I'll bring up JuJu Smith, free agent. Where's he going to go?
Oh, not a clue. Not a clue.
Yeah,
I would like to. I'd prefer him to re-sign personally because I feel like I don't know. Titans use their tight end quite a bit, and he just needs to. I don't know, get more involved in the game plan because they use too many.
Probably get a good deal on him, given that he, the potential, the flashes were there, but the overall consistency just wasn't. So, as for where, I have not a clue. I'm not really plugged into the Tennessee side of things, so I'm not sure. Maybe a beat writer for them would have a better response to that. But hey, something to keep an eye on.
Tight ends, you can usually pretty much put them on any team, except for the Chiefs, Raiders.
Yeah,
don't
we have a
know.
lot of potential destinations for Mr. Smith. But, yeah, all right. We're gonna move on to the Colts Bills. Another good game. I wasn't really sure how well this would go. I didn't really know if the Colts would Rivers would be able to keep up with Allen and Co. But I mean, they did all right for themselves, right? I
I
think
found myself rooting for the Colts. I don't know why.
I root for the Colts for the Frank Wright connection, but I
Yeah,
wasn't really like devastated when they lost.
I like the Bills and what they've put together. I really like their future. I think Josh Allen's.
Yeah, I
I
like
don't
watching.
think this is just a coincidence. I think he's got the skill.
I
He's gonna keep pumping out some fantasy value. I really like Josh Allen.
I like watching Allen just because like I don't know if in my young life I've ever seen a quarterback go from like where he was last year to where he is this year. That was, that was pretty intense.
I agree.
Hey, you got any Bills Colts comments?
I would like to say, I mean, this is a little late, but big miss on Stephon Diggs on pretty much everybody's part this year. I mean, top 5 wide receiver, I think he was, and pretty astounding. The offense is amazing. I
True.
didn't really root for them in the game necessarily, but I was happy to see that they moved on to play the Chiefs because that's an interesting game. I'd rather that than Colts Chiefs. But yeah,
Yeah.
It's true. All right.
What about
fantasy
real
question.
quick before we move on, T.Y. Hilton.
What about him?
How relevant has he? Did he even do anything in the playoffs?
I,
I mean, he was I think feel like decent playoffs. I mean, Rivers missed him a few times. I remember.
I was just curious because he
Maybe
just
I'm thinking
kind
of
of vanished this year.
I wouldn't say vanished. He came down pretty strong at the end of the season. I don't think that was a good spot for him, given Philip Rivers, throwing tendencies and the fact that he's old and
Yeah.
injured. Yeah, I
well,
mean, I would be heavily investing in him next year, but I feel like he could be a solid snag. You got him for super cheap. Ed, you have a hand in the air. That's
hand went up. Yeah. There we go. Switched back for some reason. What was I gonna say? Oh, speaking of Colts and like aging players and whatnot, obviously Philip Rivers retired. Thoughts on like an ideal quarterback? What are your guys' thoughts? Like who could you see going there? I guess.
Ooh.
Seeing the Stafford news, I would
I have
think.
to think.
But
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd have to think they'd explore Stafford. That would be pretty big for them. I think.
yeah.
I mean, you would
I
think
feel like
Watson would be like the number one priority, but
honestly,
then I mean, the Colts
I
are
don't think they'll
playoff
get Watson.
contenders.
Yeah, but they're not trading him within the division. I don't. I would highly doubt it.
That's true.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
But I mean, on the Watson thing, I feel like he should be the number one priority on like 28 teams.
Oh, any freaking
Everyone should at least be calling.
Yeah.
Philly should even be calling.
I'm sure they will be. If there's anything Howie will be doing, it will be calling. Then they'll be like, "We want all of this stuff." They'll be like, "I don't have any of that. Sorry." It's kind of like me calling up like the Lamborghini shop. Let me browse your inventory. Oh no, go away. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. Back on topic, off topic here. Colts question next year, fantasy. I am once again ignoring the actual team. Instead, I'm going to ask Marlon Mack, where's he going? Is he going to start? Is he going to be worth anything? Probably. My answer.
I don't. I mean, I would like to think.
It's a wild card.
Yeah, it's a really. I would say no, just because I mean, didn't he tear his Achilles? Isn't that what happened?
I believe so.
I feel like I've never heard of anybody doing that in the NFL and actually like a prominent name and whatnot and actually coming back from it. Maybe there is somebody who's done it, but
Brandon Brooks.
Brennan Brooks.
Yeah, but then he tore his. I don't remember if it was the same Achilles or the other. I mean, it could be done. Especially modern medicine now. I'm sure there will be like quite the readjustment period, but
I don't see him being a starter. That's just my thought. I see
I can't see a team bringing him in like, oh, this is our undisputed starter. However, like I do wonder if you could get like a situation where he just kind of goes in a team that like doesn't have a straightforward number one, or maybe there's an injury and he can eke out like a significant.
I think he will definitely get signed,
Oh yeah.
and I think
Yeah, man,
I could see him getting playing time. I really
fair.
do.
You never know. Like maybe he goes to Tennessee and Henry rolls his ankle week one. They decide that Marlon Mack would be an appropriate fill-in for the next month. It'd be neat.
I'm
All right.
thinking like Mac to like Steelers makes sense.
You
I
bring
don't
him
know.
in, Connor.
I mean, Mac isn't the type of running back you get excited about, but like I think he'll get you by. If you've got other weapons, it's not like the running back position. Like if he went to the Bills, that would make a good match because the Bills don't run it much. So a team like that don't really value the running back position as much as say the Titans.
I mean, I'd say the Bills value their running back position.
You just mean like he won't have too much like mileage to like be responsible for, I guess you're saying?
Yeah, he's just not using the running back position as much. I mean, Devin Singletary wasn't some workhorse back, nor was Zach Moss. They just didn't run it much with the running backs.
Because they realized that apparently Josh Allen is the best quarterback ever.
That's
I
right.
like going there. Buffalo seems like an odd fit to me, but it's just me. That's all I got. We're moving on. Next game.
Yeah.
Next one. All right, we're gonna jump to Cleveland, Kansas City. I'll be honest, I didn't watch the game. I knew what was gonna happen.
Same.
And
I watched after I saw Mahomes left the game. That's when I turned it on. I think I watched before they started to lose. Did they ever have the lead in that game? Pretty sure Chiefs came out and had the lead the whole time.
I thought the
But
Chiefs.
I watched the start of it, and then the game got kind of out of hand, and then I turned it off. Then I saw Mahomes was out, and I was like, okay, well, maybe they have a shot at coming back.
Nice for the Browns to keep that within one possession, but I can't say I was ever really like, oh, they're gonna get this one. Would have been neat though. All right, that's pretty straightforward. Fantasy question for the Browns. Odell? Question mark. What's going on there?
Oh, you're picking the hard ones. Is he on a contract? Is he coming off of a contract?
Sure he's on the next season.
He's what?
He's still on.
Yeah, he'll be in Cleveland next year. It's a matter of
Well, then it stays the same.
I'm not touching him with a 12-foot pole.
I'm not even gonna look at his name
because like he's still got a cult-like fan base in some places, and I feel those people are still gonna rally around him, and it's good for them. But I will have to pass.
Yeah, he holds no fantasy value to me. I'd rather pick up a lower level guy and have him on my roster. I would never trust playing Odell.
Ship it move, but
never.
Yeah, I'm not trading assets for him. All right, so that wasn't hard. I knew we were all going to give the same answer. I just wanted to talk about it. All right, still in the AFC. Bills, Ravens. Battle of opposing offenses here. Who thought we'd be saying that? But Bills doing good stuff. Like to see it. I don't know why, but I just like watching the Ravens lose an important playoff game. I know I said I didn't care who won in the Tennessee game. Like for some reason, I was all of a sudden very much pulling for Buffalo.
Yeah, Ravens just I don't know why. It's not like
I think it's because I'm an Eagles fan and they're like an hour south of me, so naturally I want them to do bad.
Yeah, that has to be it because I was instinctually thinking go Bills.
I mean, Buffalo is not really that far either, but I can't say I've ever met a Bills fan.
No.
That'll be the day. All right. Baltimore. Ed, you got anything?
Not really, no.
What about the running backs?
Well,
J.K. Dobbins, Gus
hey,
Edwards.
shut up. Hey, this is my question.
All right,
I'm
go.
gonna move here.
Then you're gonna ask my question.
Now my question for the Ravens next year is Dobbins an RB1?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm hyped.
I'm not for
In my
sure it, but I
dynasty
think
team.
very possible.
I'm labeling him like that, the Joe Mixon range that was this past year.
Ooh.
Spot with him. I mean, it's like
Let me
late.
put it to you this way. I still like Mixon, but gun to my head, I think I'd take Dobbins. And maybe that's just me getting PTSD from like Mixon in previous years, but I don't know, man.
If the
Got them young
situation
legs.
I'm doing the same. I'll definitely go Dobbins. If the situation remains the same. If anything happens, like offensive line retire, an injury or some shit happens before the season, yeah, probably gonna.
He's clearly the most talented running back they have, and like they're obviously going to continue to split touches. But Ingram's gone, so like him and like Gus Edwards and like Justice Hill.
Gus
I
Edwards a
don't think
free
they're
agent?
drafting. Huh?
Is Gus Edwards a free agent?
Is he?
I think so.
Yeah, I've heard
I don't know.
that.
I kind of just assumed he'd be back there regardless. But, really
Maybe
good.
they'll get Marlon Mack.
Mm-mm.
All these
Maybe not bad if
suitors
he
for
leaves.
Mack.
Suitors.
All right. All right. Last bit of the AFC here. Chiefs, Bills. Again, unfortunately, went exactly as I assumed it would. I went to sleep at half.
Well,
No.
when you have a wide receiver, or should I say, a king, as in King Beasley, with a broken leg, a broken fibula, no less, playing through it. I mean, next year, if he's healthy, no broken leg, I could see Buffalo pulling it out.
What the hell are you talking about?
Cole Beasley is a big difference maker.
You
Yeah.
think that? Brandon,
That's
shut
the
your
game
damn mouth.
changer.
Shut the hell up.
Is
Yeah.
Cole
So what about the
Beasley-
defense? Does Beasley play defense now? The linebacker? He playing free safety?
Have you seen
He's
him out
stopping the
there?
Chiefs from hanging 40 on
He's
you
that
every night?
good.
No.
He's evasive.
The 12th man.
Brandon, I'm going to have to stop and write this down so I can smack you upside the head.
King Beasley did have a career year.
He really
Second
did.
team All-Pro.
He was
Good
good.
season. He did have a good season.
If anything, this would be your moment to.
It should be.
I had that
But
moment.
yeah,
I don't care anymore.
I'm reverse psychology taking it from you. I don't know.
You're
It's
not
reverse
taking shit.
psychology, but
I don't know.
Listen, the first thing like that I thought of when you said that was you're damn right that's my call, but I already gloated about it, so I don't do it again. Who do you think I am? All right.
what's your question for the Bills?
Yeah, Bills related fantasy question. You know, this one's hard because like we talked about their running backs. Their running backs, they're like just kind of like dudes that you keep on your bench, and you're like, oh, I have 8 guys out due to COVID. Zach Moss. Right. So I guess who's the wide receiver 2, and do they do anything noteworthy?
Next year?
Yeah.
I think it's John Brown.
Does he do anything noteworthy? Does he stay healthy? Maybe
If
not.
he stays healthy, I think he'll be a wide receiver too.
I shouldn't say number 2 receiver. I should say other outside receiver because I think he's really if I missed both. I guess the question I was asking is it going to be John Brown or is Gabriel Davis starting? And he might just break in by default if Brown
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. If Brown gets hurt, then it'll be Davis, obviously. But I think it would take an injury to push that.
We'll see.
I think it'll fluctuate personally. I feel like John Brown's probably going to start off as the outside, and then if anything does happen to him, Gabriel Davis is going to have to assume the role. But I don't think he's going to overperform. Maybe he does overperform. I don't know. But my gut says he doesn't, and then John Brown comes back, and they just flip flop.
And it's tough because in a fantasy draft, most likely John Brown's going to be later in the draft.
100%.
So usually I would say, would you just wait to get Davis on the upside that Brown turns out to get hurt or something? But then again, how close are they actually in ADP? Because if they're relatively close, then it wouldn't be worth getting Davis, and might as well just take Brown where he
I don't
is.
know if I'm taking either of them in standard leagues, but
Well, hypothetically, if you're looking down at that.
could be interesting. All right, so we'll hop over to the NFC side of things. Bears Saints. That one also went exactly as everyone thought it would. I feel bad for the children. Like, we wonder why people don't like America. We sent the Jaguars to London and we gave the kids the Bears. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing?
You talking about that Nickelodeon?
Who did we send to Mexico? Anyone remember? Wasn't it Oakland or the Raiders and somebody else?
Yeah, I think it might have been.
I feel like that might have been.
Amari Cooper was on the Raiders.
If
that's the team, I think it was.
These teams places, we can't be like giving shit to like potential.
And expect people to be drawn in. Like, wow, this sport's
watch
fun.
the Bears and be like, wow, this is something I want to devote every Sunday of my life to. Nobody.
That's Trubisky.
God, this is a playoff team? What fun playoff teams? The answer is not good. Yeah, Mitch. Drew Brees is gone, I think. So that's kind of neat. Fuck the Saints. And last word on that. Fantasy question for the Bears. Got a lot of interesting ones, but I'm going to go to the biggest name. Where's Allen Robinson?
Oh, no.
Right.
No
these receivers are tough. It's there's, I mean, him, JuJu, Galladay off the top of my head, and there might be a couple others. A lot of big names. I feel like it's kind of hard to move to destinations at this point.
I really hope he doesn't go to the Bears and stay with them. I hope he gets out of that.
Really interesting. I don't know if the Bears.
I saw that the Bears were willing to pay him. I think it was like $49 million, something like that. But I'm not sure. They said they were willing to pay him up there with like the amount he's looking for, and I forget. There's a wide receiver that re-signed, and they kind of set the market, and it sets the market around the price that the Bears were willing to offer A-Rob. Could have been. I'm not sure. This was something I saw a few weeks ago.
My own personal opinion is that I would imagine if he gets similar money, he would return. But I don't know. Maybe he's really fucking tired of walking into the locker room and being greeted by Mitch Trubisky or Nick Foles or whoever the hell they had prior to those guys. I don't even remember, which is depressing.
And he had Blake Bortles and Jacksonville before that too. It's been bad.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for the guy. Like, he should go somewhere with an actual quarterback. Because, like, he should go to Green Bay and they should pay him under the table.
Under the table.
Because I don't think they have cap space. But they can just sign him to like a 2-year, $5 million deal and just give him $80 million in unmarked bills when no. I want Green Bay. Actually, I don't want that. Fuck the Packers.
I do want to say, before we do move on, you're talking about, this is probably obviously cross-conference, but JuJu, I think I want him to go to the Dolphins. I feel like that'd be a nice little landing spot for him. I was thinking A-Rob to the Dolphins because, I mean, as far as cap space, people do have it. I would think the Dolphins do have it, but they don't really have a slot wide receiver, you know? Yeah, I think they were working with Lynn Bowden and Albert Wilson. I feel like JuJu could definitely down there.
Maybe Jacksonville wants one of those receivers.
That could be something, yeah.
Screw it, all in. Chart Chenault.
Florida,
JuJu, A-Rob, Galladay.
Florida, the new football central. That'd be nice. I like that.
I like what they're doing down there. Hopefully their quarterback will not suck. But all right, anyway, speaking of teams with shitty quarterbacks, we have the Washington football team versus the Buccaneers. Surprisingly competitive game, given what was going on. Raise your hand if you saw the Bucs making the Super Bowl, especially after this game.
Nope.
I definitely saw that coming. No, I didn't.
Your tone of voice says otherwise.
No, I didn't. My my sleeper pick was the
The Packers?
no, the Rams.
I was going to say, this is true. I could just go back.
That was my sleeper pick. The one I picked them before they even were in the playoffs, and they're fighting for a spot. I was thinking, well,
That's
they
bold,
got the defense.
Given Jared Goff.
Well, yeah, I was thinking they had the defense, but it was the offense that was more in question.
All right, we'll get to them in a minute. Football team, Bucks. They really need an actual move. That game kind of just bored the crap out of me. It just seemed like Washington hung close, but like, Bucks were just batting them away like a child the entire time. I don't know. Watching Heineke, whatever, get his moment in the sun was actually pretty entertaining. But outside of that, all right. Fantasy question for the football team. Again, this one's kind of just gonna open it up here. Who's playing quarterback?
Oh my god!
Bigger real life question than fantasy question. Who is playing quarterback?
I'd like to think.
And let me simplify it. Will it be a rookie or will it be a veteran?
As far as starting week 1 or just.
Yeah, I'll go with that because like injuries can derail that. So I'll go with who is their week 1 start.
I'll go veteran, but they still have a rookie backup, like just for the first couple of weeks.
I would lean veteran too. Rivera seems like he's going to want someone to go now, given their defense and like some of the pieces they have on offense. But
Yeah.
I agree, veteran.
They're young enough overall that I feel like making a move for a young quarterback would be a pretty smart idea.
Where do you think the football team would be if they got Watson?
Oh.
They would have played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That defense with Watson, Terry McLaurin. Whew.
I don't really want to like think about that, and I'm just gonna. They don't trade up and take a quarterback in the top 5.
What about A-Rob and McLaurin with a top?
That would be lethal.
I was thinking about mentioning like I wonder if they have cap space to sign one of those good receivers. If they did pick up a rookie quarterback, that would be a good way to ease him in.
Yeah.
Throwing a 2 Pro Bowlers.
That'd be like Madden rebuild type thing.
Logan Thomas and then
I thought
the
about
rookie
asking
running back.
Will Logan Thomas be a tight end 1 next year? But quarterback.
I don't know. They were really looking his way. He was in the game plan.
Yeah, I feel like all season he got a lot of targets.
Yeah, it wasn't just I feel like that's actually going to be a thing.
I agree.
All right, back to the Rams. Rams Seahawks. This was the second most satisfying game of the week for me. I don't like the Seahawks. Would you stop moving around?
Yeah, like I said, the Rams were my ghost pick, so I was happy about that. I thought they had a shot against Green Bay, just with the defense. It was number 1 defense against number 1 offense, and they did not look like the number 1 defense.
Hey, we'll get to that game, Brandon. Talking about Seahawks Rams here.
Did you see what DK Metcalf said about the offense getting figured out by other defenses throughout the year?
I mean that pick 6. I don't know. Pick 6. Were you guys watching that game?
What
As he
game?
threw that, well, they threw that pick six. Like that was when a cornerback intercepts a screen pass and takes it to the house. You know the cornerback knew what was going on. He clearly wasn't having any second thoughts. But he knew what they were doing. So yeah, I would say DK is a little probably on point there.
Supposedly, Lions said the same thing last offseason, which obviously seems like a problem. And obviously, they fired Schottenheimer, right? Or he's not coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been 86, and yeah, that does seem like a problem. Not a good playoff habit to have the other team running around knowing what you're doing.
Not a good
All right,
practice.
Seahawks question
Ugh.
moving forward. Who puts up the most fantasy points at running back for them next season? Is it Chris Carson? Does Rashad Penny have a re-emerge or just an emergence in general? Or are we going Sean? Are we going with someone who's not on the roster?
The Marlon Mack finding his way over to Seattle.
I'll give you three choices. You can choose Carson, Penny, or anyone else.
Russell Wilson. No.
Technically not wrong.
I feel like the easy answer has to be Chris Carson, but
I feel that way
it
too,
has
and that's
to be.
the answer I'm going with. However, like I am saying that I don't think it's open and shut.
I don't think so
Even
either.
if I'm going with that answer.
I'm gonna
Also, there's just not a whole lot going on with the Seahawks fan that we don't already know.
What were you going to say, Ed?
the Gus Bus.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Could have just gone with other. Instead, you went with Gus Edwards. That is
Very specific.
The odds for other is probably like plus 1,200, but Gus Bus is probably like plus 5,000. So I'll
Plus,
take odds.
we ran out of zeros, so just if you win, we'll send you a large check.
We'll send you the United States. I'll take it.
Yes, you win
Wow.
every.
That's all it takes.
You sell the United States.
I wouldn't want to be given the United States. That means you're given like $12 trillion in debt and a fuck ton of homeless people. I don't want this. I don't want to deal with all of our issues. Imagine that. You can have it. I don't want it. And like
Have
the
an
tax
auction
bill
for the United States of America.
United States. That's now you're paying that. Although I guess like you could just tell the IRS piss off because you
That's true.
interesting debate for another day. All right, we're gonna stay on the Rams here. Rams Packers. I was hoping for a better game, but here we are. Brandon already gave his thoughts on it. Ed, you got anything to say about this game?
The game itself, no.
Jared Goff is costing this team probably its best roster. Like if they had like a Matthew Stafford, even this team could be in the Super Bowl. I really believe, like any other quarterback above.
But like, that's what they get for taking him number one. That's what
like
we
their
get.
Receivers are so good, and like
everything.
The receivers are good. The defense is stout. They have.
I want to
so much.
Flop Jared Goff on like the Jaguars of last season and see how good.
Oh my God, he'd be Blake Bortles. He is Blake Bortles.
He's probably worse.
He's just changed his name to Jared Goff, and
I do wonder, like, what would have happened if like he went number 2 and Wentz went 1?
Oh,
change.
Don't.
Or, like, what if Goff just went to a tire fire?
We would have lost the Super Bowl because he would have never gotten hurt because he doesn't scramble.
We wouldn't have made the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Would have gone 8-8. You sit here bitching about that contract extension we gave to Goff, even though he's clearly not worth it.
Gotta think how much Todd Gurley had to do with that Super Bowl run and loss.
I forgot about that. All right. Well, speaking of Rams running backs, similar question as before. Cam Akers, RB1 next year. Buying or selling?
I buy it.
Ooh.
There's going to be 20 running back ones.
Adds up.
Given, like, all right, me, like, DEH, Taylor, Dobbins, Akers, Swift, those are 5 dudes in really good position. You're like, that running back ought to be pretty good, you think? Pretty deep. Plus, like, whoever he's
James
drafted,
Robinson.
how many, like, big names are, oh, yeah, him too. 6 rookies, practically, that are all going to be having, like, very talented players, all with big roles. I don't know how many, like, big name guys we see, like, stepping off this year. And then plus you're getting McCaffrey and Saquon back.
Ooh. Okay, maybe running back too.
Yeah, I'm selling actually after I have this conversation. However, like I will say that if it
On
happens,
the conversation.
I'm probably locking him in top 20, but yeah.
That's safe.
Same wavelength here. All right.
And then Henderson will get the lead back role.
Probably.
Don't say that.
The younger Eddie Lacy.
Oh, he said it.
How about that? Now you're just insulting the man. All right. Bucks, Saints. Your daily reminder that the regular season means nothing. Bucks, Saints. Love watching the Saints lose in the playoffs. That was pretty much my only takeaway.
Michael Thomas had 0 catches. How about that?
He was playing injured. I don't remember how or why. Well, I remember why. I don't remember how. I don't remember what his injury. Ed, thoughts?
Well, seeing as I wanted the Saints to go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, it was an upsetting game, but I guess I could say I seen it coming. Drew Brees on his last leg, Tom Brady's still balling, and I guess that's about it.
Fair. All right. Saints related question for next season. Dynasty owners or redraft owners, like Michael Thomas, buy or sell?
I personally.
This is a question that does not affect any of us because in our league, like he's not going to pay an actual price due to that fact that he's owned by a Saints.
I think I would buy him under the expectations that he would be sold pretty cheap. But if they're asking for a big package or another stud, I'm not so sure.
Asking for a decent amount. I don't think you're snagging him for a second rounder in Gabe Davis.
Well, I'm not saying just a complete steal. I'm saying he has to be on some type of discount. Has to be. I mean, you can't have this bad of a season. Well, yeah, but not every league having their. Huh?
You are not buying. What you were saying.
If they're wanting top dollar, then no.
Thanks for buying if it's at a discount. I mean, I'm buying. I'd probably be willing to pay. He's like the sticker, assuming the sticker price isn't me getting robbed blind.
I would probably. I don't see him being like he peaked. Like that's my assumption on him. So if you can get him at a discount, yeah, but a realistic discount, I'd probably buy on that. If I had him, I probably wouldn't sell. Because
if I had him, I'm not giving that discount.
Oh yeah, you can't because he dipped. Like nobody's gonna want to pay that unless they're a Saints fan. So,
no.
Yeah.
I think he can still definitely be a top 5 fantasy receiver.
I think so too.
I'd be comfortable taking that bet. I mean, the QB concerns are concerns, but as long as Sean Payton's still there, I think they're force feeding him the ball, as they probably should. Him and Kamara.
Yeah, he does have that contract too, so he's probably locked in there for years. So fair.
That's good. All right. Moving on. Packers Bucks. how about that field goal?
Pissed me off. I was confused. I didn't know what was happening. I was like, "Does 8?"
I was also legitimately confused for a minute. I was like, "Is this score wrong? Why?"
Yeah.
And
You're still gonna need to score a touchdown regardless.
yeah.
And if you missed it, your defense is in a better spot. You still have the same amount of time in every. I didn't.
Now, how is it that he can make this call and just what? No one questions him. No one looks up at the
No one questions.
scoreboard, just like every person in America watching this game, and think,
Are you talking about no one on the team?
yeah, yes. How's no one just on
I'm
the
sure
team?
they did. Rodgers openly questioned it.
He
Rodgers
should have
literally said
walked
after
up
the
to him
game,
and sucker punched him.
I'm taking play calling dudes. You ain't doing shit no more.
Yeah.
that's just not what happens.
There's no way you allow someone to do that.
Granted, we see this shit every year and we make fun of it every year. Let's not act like this is something we've never seen.
But this is something that's like, this isn't like a questionable call. Like, this is like the game on the line, and you're just, what, you miscount? You're bad at math?
I mean, they still had the timeouts. Like it's not like it couldn't have worked. It was just so much easier to just go for the 4th and 8 with Aaron freaking Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers getting 8 yards. Like people clearly question. I'm sure Rodgers is pretty pissed off about it. I think he clearly was pissed off about it at the time. I'm scared to laugh about it. Only Packers no. Tampa.
Is your question going to be about Aaron Jones?
Is my question going to be about Aaron Jones?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
It's not.
It's going to be on Aaron Rodgers.
That's a lot of free agency where they're going to go. I have no idea where Aaron Jones is going to end up. That could probably significantly influence his stock lot. Not probably, but I don't know. Guess we'll get to that in a bit. I'm going to ask a smaller question. Allen Lazard, Marquez Valdez Scamp. Where do they lay in the realm of fantasy wide receivers?
Ooh.
Are they reliable wide receivers 3s that you're confident keeping around? Getting rid of them? You think they're better than that? Do you think they're going to make a move and get an upgrade on one of those guys?
I think Valdez Scantling isn't that talented. I think he's fast, and I think Aaron Rodgers is good. And I think it adds up, but I think you could put any fast wide receiver in that role, and it would be just the same.
I'm thinking
find another 6'3", very fast man to do what he does.
I'm thinking they'll probably add another wide receiver, but I think he'll still have his role, like a deep ball, spotty, not really dependable for fantasy purposes, but he'll have his role on the team. I probably wouldn't take my chances with him.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll add a receiver, but I've been thinking that for my entire adult life now. So
yeah,
I've been thinking that since like after they drafted Devontae Adams. Like, boy, they're gonna add a receiver this year. They're gonna draft a fullback in the 3rd round.
Didn't they add Funchess this past year, but then he opted out? I mean, obviously, somebody, but it is somebody, I guess. It's pretty common.
Well, that sucks because if Funches comes back next year, I mean, that more or less takes Allen Lazard's role.
Does it, though?
I mean, they're about the same physical specimen.
I would take, given what Lazard is, I feel like roll with him and Funches.
They're thinking Funches is just kind of a...
Funches is only a 1-year deal. That makes sense.
Oh, it was.
I thought it was.
Maybe, I don't remember.
If it is, that makes him afraid. If he even plays, maybe he opts out again.
Maybe he retires.
What?
Ooh.
All right. That was all the games. Super Bowl, Chiefs, Bucks. Who you got? I'll go first. Chiefs, because chalk.
I'm gonna say Chiefs too.
Ed?
Ed wants to go against the grain so bad.
I don't want to, but I don't want to be wrong. So I feel like saying the Chiefs is just like, oh, let me take the weight off my shoulders. But if they lose, it's like, shit, bro, I'm just going to throw a 35-pound weight in your face. And it's like, I don't want to do
I mean, I'm not taking them because they're the favorite. I'm taking them because they're the best team in the league and they still have Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't know. The Bucs have obviously good. They made the freaking Super Bowl, but I feel like they show more vulnerability. And if you toss a couple of picks against Kansas City, you're probably done immediately.
Sure.
That would be my fear. But
yeah,
we got ourselves a little Patriot Eagle-esque matchup here. The ghosts of former better times for both franchises. Andy Reid and Tom Brady here, flip-flopping conference.
Sure.
I gotta back my guy.
I've seen Tyreek Hill also. I forgot when they played the Bucks this past year. I think he put up touchdowns, 200 some yards, and 12 catches, or some absurd number.
Yeah, I remember that.
Maybe a MVP performance from Tyreek Hill, Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, I hope so.
Him, Kelsey, Mahomes, any of those guys.
One of those.
Should be good. Should be good. Probably won't be because as football fans, that's what we deserve. But should be good. Maybe. Hopefully. Please.
Should be a good offensive game.
Yeah, I'm hoping
Got
Brady
a lot of weapons out on that field.
Sure.
Ronald Jones being the best of them.
Ronald Jones being the
right, Ed?
Yes, sir. Flat.
It is kind of wild to me that this was the joke after Brady went to camp. Pencil it in. Yet here we are, full freaking season later, and that's
everyone knew it. Let's face it.
Why even play the game?
That's why when you said, "Did you see the Buccaneers making the Super Bowl?" I didn't answer because I was like, no, I didn't physically say to myself or anyone else, yeah, Buccaneers, but and deep down, I was thinking Tom Brady. I mean, it's gonna end up being Tom Brady.
Yeah, well, hopefully he takes another loss. I'm hoping for the repeat. I don't know when.
I'd rather have Tom Brady win as Bucs. We're gonna see the Chiefs win a Super Bowl for. They're gonna be winning Super Bowls for the next freaking 15 years.
Yeah, I don't have anything against Mahomes, and I still like Andy Reid. So they can win as many as they want, unless they're playing us. In that case, they need to lie down and die. I feel about anything. All right, gentlemen. More fantasy-related content. Playoff. It's got something to say. We out of things to say.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
As your unofficial host for this week's episode, we'll bring things to a conclusion. Ed, with the post-episode lyric.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is First Choice Fantasy.
Or just do one of them.
Oh, yeah.
One or all?
Just one. One would be nice. I'll settle for one. Or dislike.
Deuces.
Please.